I'm Leslie and welcome to the first in the series of Starting with Sheep. In this video we're going to cover what you need to think about before choosing your breed of sheep. Before you go sheep shopping, which is brilliant going sheep shopping, but there's a few things you need to consider before you choose that breed. So in this video that's what we're going to discuss. When choosing a breed of sheep, there's often a clue in the name of the sheep. So for instance, I've got Devon and Cornwall Longwools, and they're well suited to the area that we're in here on the North Devon border. They're good on their feet, they're used to wet ground, and they cope with the wet weather and wind. So they've got good thick fleeces that keeps them dry. Whereas a Suffolk sheep is very well suited to Suffolk, you may find if you get them on very wet ground that they can suffer with their feet. And so when you're thinking about your breed, try and remember what sort of ground you're going to have them on. You may want to start breeding sheep from what they call a starter flock. Now a starter flock is normally 4 to 6 sheep that you've bought in, and you put them with a ram, and that's how you start your flock. Now those 6 sheep are normally of different ages, so you may have a couple that have never lambed before, you may have a couple that have lambed once before, and you may have a couple that's lambed 2 or 3 times before. So you get a varied age group. From that flock you can then start breeding your own sheep. With starting a flock of your own, especially if you go for a pedigree breed, you've got the option to go showing and also to sell the wool privately. You can sell the meat privately. If you're going to breed a pedigree flock, you do get a premium for the offspring. So you may well get a premium for the meat you sell, a premium for the wool you sell, and obviously you can go showing. Showing's great, and I've been showing for 10 years, and it's a great social life, and you get to meet other breeders of your breed and you get to learn from them, and you gain more experience and tips of how to show those particular breed. You may want to be keeping sheep for meat. Now there's a few options there. If you're doing a breeding program and you want your lambs to finish quickly, you're better off choosing a crossbred. The crossbreds are one breed as the mother and a different breed for the father, and they tend to finish in 4 to 5 months. But equally you can breed pedigree flocks for the meat as well, and you can gain a premium for that meat as it's pure pedigree. Now they take a little bit longer to finish. For instance, I finish mine on grass and I send mine off to the abattoir at about 10 months old. The last option you've got is what they call store lambs. Now store lambs, you buy them from a livestock market or privately when the lambs have been weaned from their mothers, and what you do then, you bring them home, you feed them on your grass, and then you send them to the abattoir when they're finished. That way, by doing this, you don't have to worry about lambing. You've got the lambs on your land for the summer, eating your grass, and then by the winter they're gone. So there's a few options there if you want to rear sheep for meat. You may be into your crafts and want to keep sheep for their fleeces, which is great. There's some amazing fleeces in our native breeds in this country. For instance, we've got Shetland here, which is great, soft wool, brilliant for knitting, spins up lovely and very fine. We've also got my breed, which is Devon and Cornwall Longwool, which is very thick, very coarse, but it is brilliant for needle felting. And finally, I've got some Gotland here, which is really soft and curly, which is quite a dual purpose, is good for felting and spins up lovely and knitting, and that comes in different colours, the Gotland. You may just want some lawn mowers to keep your grass down, which is absolutely fine as well. You may not want to worry about lambing sheep or doing a breeding program, which is fine. The best options you've got there is tame lambs. Now you can go and get tame lambs from farms, or you can buy them at livestock markets, but when doing this, try to get castrated males, which are wethers. Now if you buy entire males, you'll have trouble with them fighting as they mature, because they get quite protective and territorial. So get castrated males and they'll live fine on your land for a good 10 years. The other option you've got there is you can buy what they call spent ewes, which are in effect retired ladies. They've done their breeding and you're going to give them a retirement. The downside of that is they can have health issues more often. In effect, they're old and, you know, you can give them a good 4 or 5 years, but just be aware that they can have health complaints. I hope you found this video useful and it's given you some food for thought. So all there's left for me to say is enjoy the sheep shopping and enjoy sheep keeping. Bye.